Well, welcome back to another video on the baby Camry Corolla, which we have done some couple of things such as installing the seats back on the car. We were about to get the steering wheel done, and we got everything done on the engine bay. But on this video, we're going to have a problem with something we thought we wouldn't have a problem with on this car, which will prevent the real aim of this video. So if you haven't hit the like button, make sure to hit the like button, to hit the subscribe button, because on this video we are about to see if the car will actually go for the first drive. And now we need to get the tires off and go and try to get the tires to have air on them, or try to find new tires. When I first bought this car, I wanted to see my ability to be able to restore a car from this to something better. And I had a belief that I could be able to restore this car. At that time, I didn't care if I didn't have the right tools, experience, or the finances to actually restore it to its rightful self. But if you're a car guy, you're a car guy. You cannot let a car die. A few episodes back, I tried to start the car and I actually started it. And as you can see from the video that the tires don't actually hold air. And you can already see that the car has moved where it was before. And that's for a reason. And if you see the car, you can see that the car is actually cleaner than how it actually was on previous videos. If you haven't checked the previous video, make sure to check it out. The link is at the top right hand corner. And if you haven't watched the full series, this is a baby Camry which was abandoned. I think it's more than 3 years. I definitely think it's more than 3 years. And we are about to get it back to its original self. And it's a must for us to actually drive this car, to actually make this car OEM plus, or make this car look actually good before we actually do most of the things that I want to do that I won't show you right now. So with all of that being said, the first thing that I want to start with is the steering wheel, because remember, this car doesn't have a steering wheel on it because the steering wheel is actually ruined by the sun and it has a lot of oversprays on it. We're going to try to revive it. We try to revive with the steering bell, which came out really nice. Now the whole steering wheel must be done. Here's the steering wheel. You can see how not good the steering wheel is. We need to fabricate. We need to make the steering wheel look good. I don't know if we need fabrication or what, but we need to make the steering wheel to look good before we throw it back on the car. To cover the crack on the steering wheel or where it is torn, I decided to use Tiger Seal on it. I don't know how good it will come out, but here is the result. What I was actually aiming for was to make the steering wheel look smooth and to cover up the crack, which the Tiger Seal actually did. But the steering wheel is not actually smooth at all. But I have another method that I'm going to use on which will actually smoothen the steering wheel and it will look much better. So this is what we are working with. This is the steering wheel and you can see where it was damaged. I tried to use a silicone just to patch it up, and it's not looking too bad anymore, but it has a lot of bumps, which I'm hoping it won't show, or you won't feel it when I won't be able to feel it when I'm driving, but we'll see. As you can see, there are lines over there, which means I'm already fabricating something for the steering wheel. Here is the other thing that I was talking about, which is the tape. I'm just gonna tape it all around, and this will make it really smooth because I can already feel the smoothness on it. And this is part of the process of getting the steering wheel to be actually 100%. So some of you are not gonna agree with the method that I'm using, but I'm using whatever that I can use and not spending a lot of money because I don't have it. And if the method actually works, it works. So there's no need for me to change it. From watching the video, you can already see that the steering wheel is actually coming out okay. So this is just part of the process of getting the steering wheel back to its original self, or if not better as it was. You can already see that it is late, and I've already taken the sewing machine out just to get the steering wheel to be looking 100%. And if you're surprised that I'm using a sewing machine, this is not the first time that I use a sewing machine. I did use a sewing machine before. The link is at the top right hand corner, transforming my BMW E36 interior. And this is the first time that I've ever done a steering wheel, so I'm going to be learning as I go along. All I've done is measure the steering steering wheel in 360 degrees so that I can be able to cut the vinyl. After cutting the vinyl where the two ends meet, I sewed them on to form a circle so that we'll be able to cover the steering wheel. And now it's time to design the vinyl to match with the steering wheel spokes. After drawing the lines on the vinyl, I'm going to get the scissors out and I'm going to cut where the lines are at, because those lines are just a guide to where I need to cut. After all of that work, it's time to put more hours in because this took forever. Because now we need to sew the vinyl on the steering wheel. And because I'm not a professional, it took me the whole night and I had to continue the next day. I was super tired, but I was actually happy at the end because I have never done this in my life ever, and it seems like I was transforming the steering wheel pretty well. Well, this is the outcome of the steering wheel. I tried to do a diamond stitching, but it is a diamond stitch, but it is a thin diamond stitching, which I actually like, and I tried my best. This was the first time stitching a steering wheel. I did fix a steering wheel on the Golf Mark 1, but I wasn't able to stitch it. So this is the first stitch I ever done, and I would say it wasn't too bad, but it is time consuming and it requires a lot of patience. Now I'm just going to install it back on the car. I know the vinyl on the steering wheel and the sewing is not 100% looking good because there are some wrinkles on the steering wheel, but that goes to show that I'm not actually a professional and I'm just learning as I go along. But we gotta admit that the steering wheel actually looks better than what we thought. I got all the wheels in the Cherry. We got the Ranix wheel, which was at the front, and we have the 3 tires that belongs to the car. I don't know if they will hold air or not. I just want to see if they will be able to hold air. If they cannot, then I'm going to find tires. But for now, we're going to go to the petrol station and try to pump these wheels. So now I'm just going to install this cover back on the car. So we got the front wheel on, we got the rear wheel on, all the wheels are on, even the steering wheel is back on the car. And I tried to start the car over here as we did on the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. The link is at the top right hand corner. And the car didn't want to start for some reason, so I went ahead and checked this relay, because this relay is responsible for the starter motor to turn the starter motor. So the starter motor didn't want to turn at all, and I was thinking of replacing this with a brand new one, because I cannot seem to find any issue with this one. I don't see any problem with it. So I decided, you know what, let me take the starter off so that I can try to figure out what could be the issue if the starter motor is actually the issue. You can see these wires over here. I was trying to give power straight to the starter motor so that I'll see if the starter motor will be able to turn, but it did not want to turn. And here is the starter motor. It is out, and I just finished testing it and it didn't want to start. Let me show you what it does. So it just makes clicks like this, just makes like, it's just some sparks. It just makes some spark, but it doesn't turn, it doesn't do anything. So which means the starter motor was hurt when we were starting the car for the first time, and I think I need to buy a new starter, because as you can see, it has written, it has a number on it, which means it was taken to someone to fix it, and now it is broken again. That's why I don't like to fix this type of stuff. I like to buy brand new ones, so I won't be able to start the car again or take the car for a first drive. I'm just gonna wait until I have full funds to buy a brand new one. It's not really that expensive, but it is kind of expensive, so I'm just gonna have to buy a brand new one. So now I'm about to do the thing that you guys have been asking for the longest time, which was to clean the car for motivation and to make the car look good. I wanted to do that after I've driven the car, but now because it already started before we know that the car starts and it does not smoke at the back, which means it deserves to get cleaned, so I'm going to do that. So here's the difference between the sort of clean and this is the dirty side. You can see how dirty it is. Look at that. So all of the dirt on this car is coming out, and I've painted this on previous videos, so it looks so incredible. We're going to try to restore the light, but I'm actually loving the whole process. Well, this goes to show how bad the car was, how dirty it was, and this is how kind of clean it is. I'm just gonna do the whole body, then I'll get back to you guys and show you how the car turned out. Well, I'm actually in love with the way the car actually came off, bro. Like, what? Bro, like, this is a win. With the amount of money that I spent on this car, this is actually a win. This is my biggest win ever. Even though now we need to buy a starter motor, I'll take you guys to that clip where I've ended the video talking about what's the problem, why we are not taking the car for the first test drive. But regardless of that, the car actually looks good. Tell me if you love the car without the trim, without the trims there, if you love the car without the trims, or you prefer the car with those trims. So looking at the paint is not actually great, but it's not actually bad. It's not a paint that I think I'll take it to somebody else to actually paint the car all over again. I think what I'm going to do with the paint, I'm just going to get somebody to polish the car. The person who always paint my cars is the person who's going to polish the car, just to remove this type of things over here, and all of just to correct the paint on the car. But regardless, when you are far from the car, it doesn't actually look bad. There's just some couple of spots that are not that visible, but, or I would say they are visible but they are not actually too bad. So I'm actually in love with the car. Man, I'm loving it more with the Ranex wheels. So I think the Ranex wheel actually suits the car more, not those wheels. So, well, I actually had a Corolla before, and my Corolla, I removed those trims, and it actually looked better with those, without those trims. But I'm thinking now just to keep those trims, because I have an idea of a car that I want this to look like, and I think I'm going to follow that car. I'm not actually sure if I'm going to keep the trims or not, but tell me if you are actually a fan of the trims or not. So let me take you to a clip where I actually ended the video. The car, the only thing that is left is to take the car for the first drive, but we won't be able to do that because of the starter motor. It is actually gone, and we also need an alternator so that we'll drive the car for the longest time, so that we won't drive it for 2 minutes, then we end the video. And so I'm thinking of waiting until I buy a starter motor and an alternator. So for now, I'm just gonna end the video here. It was a short video, but I guess you would understand, because I want to post every week so that you know the progress and what's actually happening with the baby Camry. But on the next one, it is a must. We have no choice. I have to make sure that the car is driving and there's no issue with it, because we are almost there. So with that being said, make sure to hit that like button, to hit that subscribe button, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one, and thank you for watching.